So maybe your Ron Van Timmerman will do that. He's with us from cinema. I'm sorry, from
Celebration Cinemas.
thank you, Celebration.
You're welcome.
I was visualizing it in my head because I drove past it last night, of course, on I-96. It's so beautifully lit, the neon and everything. You know.
And they've got Flick at the beginning of the commercials now, right before you start the movie. You get to
There
see
you go.
Flick the popcorn. And
Yeah,
do
and the
tip.
IMAX and everything else. Such a great facility, and of course, I draw a complete blank on it when I'm trying to praise the place. But I was thinking about it, just movies that when you see them on TV, because it happened to me a couple of nights ago. When it's a movie, and whenever it's on, you tend to keep watching it, even if you've seen it 50 times. For example, Rudy, or the baseball movie we were talking about, Field of Dreams, earlier on today. And Meet Joe Black was on HBO or some such thing the other night. So I found myself watching Meet Joe Black for 2.5 hours. You know, but I kind of know how it ends because I've seen it a few times before. Ron, what are your movies that fall into that category?
Oh, Rich, you know what? Hi, Amanda. Field of Dreams, as you mentioned, the one I rarely watch movies more than
Be truthful.
Once, but Field of Dreams, whenever that's on TV, I stop and watch that.
Do you cry?
And, Forrest Gump, stuff like that. You just can't get enough of.
Do you cry during Field of Dreams? Be honest.
Of course I do. I'm a man's man.
Having a catch with Dad, that gets me every time. I think that I don't know if there's a poll out there, but I think if movies that make men cry, if they're going to be honest, Field of Dreams might well top the list.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got to. That's the beauty of the business, some of this stuff just happens to be timeless. Napoleon Dynamite. What can I say?
I know that's the best line ever. I actually I was having breakfast with a friend of mine, and a liquid went through his nose when I was talking about that scene in Napoleon Dynamite where it's the uncle, and he's showing that horrendous videotape of him throwing footballs in the wheat field. Yeah. Trying to get a job in the NFL, and Napoleon goes, "This is the worst video ever." And his brother goes, "How would you even know that?" And it was perfect. Hey, what's coming up this weekend that's perfect?
Well, it's that weekend after Labor Day, the slowest weekend in the movie year, and so there's really only one wide release that's called Resident Evil Afterlife in 3D. I guess this is actually the fourth Resident Evil. Mia Jovovich is back, Ollie Lartner. There's also select IMAX theaters that's playing it, including Celebration Cinema in Lansing. Reviews not very kind today that I've read, but hey, if you're a Resident Evil fan, Mia's back, and that'll be the #1 movie at the box office, tracking over $20 million. And then we basically fill in the blanks with some limited releases, including the movie Flipped, which is Rob Reiner's new movie, a kind of throwback to Stand By Me days, and Aidan Quinn, Anthony Edwards, Penelope Ann Miller, John Mahoney, and others in this movie. It's rated PG, one of those coming-of-age stories.
I haven't seen a movie in 3D, ever, actually. How's the technology?
Well, some of it's just unbelievably game-changing, like Avatar. And then there are movies like Resident Evil and some others people have complained about, Clash of the Titans and Last Airbender, where it's post-production 3D. And it's cool when the special effects come flying out and there's depth to all of those scenes. But there's a lot of controversy right now about shooting in 3D versus post-production 3D, and they're not all created equal.
Ron Van Timmerman from Celebration Cinemas. He says it's the slowest movie weekend of the year. You know what that means? Great seats available. So go on out to the movies this weekend.
See you at the movies.
Take care. Ron Van Timmerman from from Celebration Cinemas. Ah, my goodness. Rich Kincaid in for Michael Patrick Shields. I'm making so many mistakes, but I'm having such a good time. We'll carry on in just a moment.